Hello, hi everyone. So regarding Azure Firewall, I think we have done similar thing yesterday, but the last video, but the end of the at the end of the uh, video, we did not really, connected the block the websites. But today we will try to block as many as website and allow block all the websites and allow few. We'll try it again. Okay. So I'm making a resource group. This is my name of the resource group. And now here, I will be making a virtual network. I'm just moving very quickly because I have explained in detail in the last video. Just the last part is missing. So here in the default, I'll putting as my subnet 1 and add one more subnet, which will be my firewall, what you call firewall subnet. Okay, but just to be careful on this, you need to have the same name for the firewall, like Azure. So, so this should be the same name as it is. If you change any of this, the firewall subnet will not be accepted. Okay. Okay. Just accepting this. Go next. And disable. Right. HTTPS. Right. Fine. Let me take a copy of this. Duplicate. As it is getting deployed, virtual network is getting deployed. It's already deployed. Wow, amazing. So I have to deploy virtual machine. I will go to the virtual machine, create a virtual machine, and then here, if I come across here, I will be selecting the resource group as my RGT, which is my uh, resource group. This is my virtual network name, virtual machine name, and then here I will be selecting the same name. But in the password goes right. So my public inbound port is none. Right. I go to network, and in the network, I will be selecting the same subnet 1 only, and here it should be public IP should be none. So just be careful here. Okay. And public inbound port is none. Remaining should be default. Okay, as a network virtual network has been deployed, I will go to the firewall just to be very quick. As you know, I will show you when uh, virtual machine is deployed. I will show you why we are making firewall, because we don't have public IP for our virtual network to connect. Like there is no RTP port activated. Okay, this is my RGT firewall IP, right? And the location will be east to US. So in availability zone, you can select redundant zones like zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, as in case if your one of your firewall network is not working, the other zones will be helping you out. So I would select SKU as standard one because I have existing network. I will be using the existing network only. This is my virtual network. I will add one public IP. Next. Okay. Let me see whether the okay virtual net machine has been deployed. If I go to my virtual machine and see there is no public IP. Wow, amazing. So I don't have uh, public IP here. If I go to connect and select RDP, if I download this RDP file and just try to connect, I will be not connecting eventually. However, because we don't have the public IP address, it will fail. Say it says remote access to server is not enabled, right? So one of the reason is that, and let us wait. So what I would do is I could have some route table, but it is very quick for you. It will be not easy path for you to understand.
It's time to say goodbye. Get lost on the freeway. The colors are changing in the city lights. It's time to say goodbye. Don't try to follow me, 'cause I'm just a memory.
Wow, so quick. I go to the firewall, right? I have to create a NAT rules for this because I don't have NAT rules. Just let me. And then I go here. If I see here, there are. If I go to network here, I have my nick public is not there. So I need public IP so that I can connect, right? Let me see this. This is my firewall, right? I go to the firewall rules and I create a NAT rule for me for allowing RDP. I take as a random number, and the rule is allowing RDP, right? So I select TCP and then IP address, star, everything, and destination address would be. If I go to destination IP address, I have to go to the firewall. And then in the public IP address, I'm connecting to the public IP address now. I'm using this address. So the RDP port code is 3389. Now translated address, that would be my virtual machine. Yeah, the virtual machine. Where is my virtual machine? This is my virtual machine. And this is my virtual machine. And then here, when I see here, the networkings, I have this NIC private IP, right? I will try to connect through this. Same 3389. Fine, add it. In the meanwhile, I will write mstcs tsc mstsc and try to connect with this. Fine. Oh, my keys. Where did you find them? Yes, yes. Where did you find? I have to go to university. Fine. Now we can see that the RTP port allowed now because we are connecting to connecting through firewall NIC address. That is what NAT address we made. Okay. Let this virtual machine load. So all we need to do is let this load up. Still loading. See. Okay. I think okay. Still loading. All we need to do is go to the local server and turn off this IE. We call it as Internet Explorer enhanced security configuration. We turn it off. We turn it off. Okay. Right. Now, right. That is the only thing we need to do. It's turned off, right? Let us go to the Internet Explorer now. Just search for something. Right. pvc.com would be our first website, and then we have one more website, the com, right? So we have the both ones. What is drop in price of essential foods? I don't know if it is true or not. A deadly storm case in roof at package packed US kick. Okay. So we are able to browse few websites here. So we just have to allow only few websites now, right? So what I do is I just go to the route tables, create a route table. From here, just is very important, boys. So okay, it is very we can't we have to be very careful. PABL, right? Right. Fine. So tags are everything is default, right? So here When you see here, go to the resource, go to the resource, and then here we have to configure. One second, we have to create a, we have to create routes, I guess, yeah, so that we can block everything. My route underscore blocking all the websites. Here IP addresses, and then here 0.0.0.0/0, and then here I would be selecting virtual appliances, and we have to be very careful here. Next hop address should be next hot is this value must not be empty, and it's very important. So this must be your private IP address of the firewall. Okay. I think in the last video I made a mistake of this. Public, it should be private IP address. Private IP address, not the public one. This should be private one, right? I go to the here. I go to the route tables. The space is the same. I just add it. Okay. Now, what I do is I'm just blocking the websites. I also have to allow them, right? So I have to allow few, right? So I have to allow only which I want. Subnet. Okay. And then what I do is I go to the firewalls. This is the last step. If I go here and just open my Internet Explorer here, and if I start clicking, still working fine. It will take some time, I guess. So what I would do is I just copy this. Let's copy this. I go to the firewall, and here under rules, I go and add application root collection, right? Just only want few. I mean, like only few websites. Following sites. The target FQDs. I put the same thing. HTTP, comma, HTTPS. In this, I would select as star dot variable not required, comma, star dot bbc.com. Let's do this. It should work. It is updating, right? You see this? It's not working. The websites have been blocked. But we are allowing few websites and it's getting updated. Wow. I go here and search, it's not working, right? So I think the firewall has been updated first. So wonderful, amazing, right? See this. So earlier we were doing everything, and suddenly we stopped everything, and now we are allowing only BBC News, only the BBC News, and the Portugal news only. Whereas here Facebook doesn't work. Facebook doesn't work. No matter how many attempts you make. BBC.com. Oh, amazing. I never seen as quickly as it could be. Yeah. And then here Facebook, you go Facebook, you search for Facebook, doesn't work. Go BBC.com, it works. And even if you search for Google.com, it doesn't work because it denies. Action deny. Reason no role matched. Okay. So that is how it is. And then if we search for what we call Twitter, even Twitter don't work because we did not connect it. And if you write like bbc.com, bang, it opens up. And if you search for the Portugal news, still works, right? Portugal with ninth highest minimum wage. Wow. Drop in price of essential foods slightly by 0.27%. Should decrease a lot more because people who are unemployed. Okay, fine. So that is what my intention was. I hope you really enjoyed this. Let me disconnect this. And just to remind you, firewall is so expensive, right? So when you deploy, if you're using a free trial account or student account, just try to delete the resource group as quickly as you can. Once you practice, if you're working, if your things are working, just delete it. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye.